Hey y'all, maybe y'all can see me. My TikTok kind of buffering. Maybe Scoop can see me. Let's stand up. Here go my attire. How y'all doing? Happy New Era. Here go my attire. Here go my attire. Yes, I had to put some clothes on. I had to get elegant. I had to get to myself. And every day, if you know, then you know. I like to get up. I like to dress myself. Your appearance is everything. You don't know who you gonna see when you gonna see them. Happy New Era to you. Happy New Era to you. Let me get this light. I don't need you seeing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But here come my shoes. Here come my shoes. I'd had them a couple of years. I just decided to put on me some clothes. I don't like when I get on here and people get on my voice and then, you know. But anyways, I did my nails. I did my toes. I've been painting my nails, getting them a little soft girl era. Being girly girl, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why people think I'm masculine, but this is my attire. This is what I have on today. If y'all can see it, then you can see it. I told y'all that I was going to get cute and start opening up and letting y'all know who I am because I don't know what people told people, but I don't even care. Me getting up and not taking care of myself, that ain't something that I tend to do. Me not caring about myself, me not caring about others, me not showing up for others. And so when I show up for myself, it encourages people to show up for themselves. How y'all doing? I pray that you having a blessed and productive day, that you're taking this time of being useful, counting your days, loving one another. I just wanted to put on me some clothes, so I had to reflat my hair. I had me some praise and worship, some QT time with the Lord. I've been crying in awe with the Lord, worshiping with the Lord. The Lord been helping me to listen to the Spirit, to be able to put stuff down and, be able to control myself, be able to help others. Because if I don't have self-control, I ain't going to be able to tell y'all what's going on. And I ain't going to be able to, I can't see the camera to see what that was. But I'm not going to be able I'm not going to be able to show up for y'all, be presentable. Um, one of my lights is on, and one of my, but it don't really matter. I'm just here to show y'all what's going on and tell you, hey, happy new era. All while trying to make sure, I keep it covered up and stuff like that. I flat out my hair. I had to get them edges right, y'all. I've been in the house all day. I haven't want to see nobody. I've been chilling with the Lord, praying, worshiping, giving thanks and gratitude to the Lord, crying out to Him, singing to Him, dancing with Him. That's all what's going on. I'm going to say this is for YouTube entertainment purposes, Facebook entertainment purposes, and TikTok entertainment purposes because, some things they don't want you to say, some things you get banned, some things it might seem like you're going by religion even though you ain't. So, let's be considerate of others as we would ourselves. If I turn the screen right here, this the phone that's broke, so when y'all get to see me on this phone, you see how bad it look. You see how bad it is broke up and reason why I ain't able to get on here and really, show you my face, the reason why I got it like this on my other account. But how y'all New Year going? This is 2026. We made it in 2026. Everybody should be happy if they're here. Everybody should want to strive and do better with their year, especially seeing others persevere and seeing the rewards that come with it. That should push you to, get up and do your thing. Yes, yes, yes. And you see what you look like when you come through the fire, when you persevere, when you get through hard times, when you hold it down, when you keep in your faith and you don't be shaking and moving, you don't let nobody deter you and lead you astray by being your peers. When you don't turn to the cares of the world and you stay obedient to the Lord's word, then you get the Lord help. And then you get the, be in the presence of the Lord, you get healed. You get free from all the bondage and the yoke that you be enslaved with sin. It's very. Hey! If y'all don't shut up and sit down, I'm gonna use BTA. I don't play no games. I don't do disrespect for children. I don't have tolerance for it. I don't have patience for it. I ain't even gonna be bothered with it. If the children bad, then they'll stay away from me. If my children bad, then I'm crack their back. It is what it is. call whoever they want to, but they ain't feeding them, they ain't buying no clothes for them, they ain't buying no shoes for them. I could care less what they say. I'm my own, you have to parent it, you have to parent your children how you want to parent your children. I pray that everybody can hear me. My voice ain't loud unless I have to, use some integrity and get some words out. Other than that, it's calm and collect, it's meek and gentle. I don't have to scream, I don't have to argue, we don't have to fuss, I don't have to put my hands on you. If you have understanding, you're going to interpret and you're going to know what I'm saying. If you don't have understanding, you can learn to have understanding. Understanding is learning how to compromise with people, learn how to, sacrifice the agree to disagree. Sometimes they might be wrong, sometimes they might be right. But arguing with them, it ain't going to go nowhere. If you got to pray with them, just leave it alone. If you got to beef with them, just leave it alone. If it's going to take you back to going to jail or sinning and being in anger and all that, just let it go. And that's really what's going on. But hey, y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I already told the ladies what's popping, what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get up, you gotta love yourself. Sometimes you gotta pick yourself up. Sometimes you gotta go on and persevere through that heartbreak, ladies and men. Sometimes you gotta get up and show up for your children because ain't nobody else gonna show up for you and your children. Sometimes you gotta help that man sometimes because he might fall down and he might need you to be that real for him. So everybody that got a partner, you got help out of the ditch. For the ones that don't have a partner, you know what I'm saying? You have to rely on the Lord and you have to have a friend from a stranger. So don't be talking out here this season talking about what you don't need nobody because you'll miss your blessings. You never know who the Lord sent to you to test you, to tempt you, to help you, to observe you, to analyze you. You never know. So be obedient, and be caught doing what you're supposed to do. Now, I ain't say we're perfect. I ain't gonna say that we ain't gonna fall short of the glory. I ain't gonna say that when we be tempted in the sins that we're gonna stand up to it, right away when there's something that we're weak in, and especially if we used to doing everything on our own. If you used to doing everything on your own, then you do it by the flesh. So, when you do things on your own, you go get jobs on your own. You don't pray about it. You go out there and eat or attend to stuff that you want to do, and you don't pray about it. You don't let the Lord, give you the consent to be doing so. I took me a shower. I got dressed flat out. I had did my lashes. And another thing that I gotta tell y'all ladies, I'm not gonna be mean to you. I ain't gonna step on your toes, but it'll be like a knowledge. So it was this little sale going on make sure my buttons button. Because I ain't the one that you don't get the peep show right there. That's only for your husband. That's only for the bedroom. You're supposed to keep your legs closed when you're in public, around somebody else man, around somebody else woman. Keep your beefcake in your pants. Have respect. Be considerate of others. How you get a man is how you keep a man. But I'm going from subject to subject because I need y'all to know every day, some days people might show up, some days people might show up. They got their own things and going in front of them right now. I gotta go cook dinner, get dinner ready, wash dishes, to get undressed and everything else, and then tend to my children. They might go back to school tomorrow, get up, get them tucked in, make sure they take a shower, get them ready, get prepared for bed, get prepared for dinner, get ready to say your prayers and let go of the sins right now because the sun going down. So put away all wrath, put away all that attitude, put away arguing with somebody. If you holding a grudge with your spouse or your girlfriend, put that away. Because what if the Lord take them up out of here and you still holding on to grudges and you still mad and you got some unforgiveness? Then be the ones that be in there showing out. They be in the funeral crying, ready to dig them up, want to bring them back. No, it's too late for that. Enjoy the people while they're here. Celebrate life with them when they're here. And you won't have to worry about all that, Yes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yes, I do get cute and I do step. Some of my heels, I got to get rid of it. But let's go back to this right here. Because, let's go back to this. My TikTok acting a little funny is saying that it's slow, but I'm running on so many accounts. But like I said, now, I can't explain why people treat you bad. I can't explain why people don't accept you. Some of it be strived through hatred. Some of it be animosity. Some of it, you just have to look over. They're going through their own stuff and they don't have self-control and they might want to take it out on you. But okay, you see my lashes. You see my lashes, right? You see my lashes. Do you see my lashes? Do y'all see my lashes? Let me get a little closer. Y'all can see my lashes. All right. Well, if you know what you know, and you got the you went and bought them lashes that was on sale on the TikTok on the Lord. I'm not knocking nobody, but I'm just telling you, y'all, everybody be out here following the leader and following the people down path the descriptions. So these lashes that I got on, they called charming. So that's to, be brilliant and to draw people in, is masking and stuff like that. And if you know what charming is like brilliance, is like flattery. That's the lesson for the day. Clock that, clock that, clock that. You better be getting a lesson. So while you walking around here thinking that they need to accept you from doing that, you wearing stuff that could get you in hell. Because you ain't supposed to be wearing no mask to nobody. You ain't supposed to be nobody else. You're supposed to accept yourself. So, hey, when you see me change it up, and when you see me no longer doing it, then you're going to know what it is, because I'm giving you the warning to take heed before description. We already done marked our skin up. Let me turn this fan on, y'all. I don't know why, because I ain't really even got on too much of clothes, and for me to be even walking around here sweating like this, but it is what it is. Maybe y'all don't see nothing. Let me do what I gotta do to turn this fan on. This right here is charming. So this right here is like brilliance. This is like enchantment. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's like luring somebody in. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So when I got the eyelashes, I wasn't paying attention. And that's how the Lord give you parables of teaching. If you pay attention to when He talking to you, when He speak, you let you know. I ain't say not buy them things. You have to take it up with God. But I'm just saying, it's as wearing a mask. It's like robbery. It's like luring somebody into a trap that ain't real you, but you coming off as appeasing to them. If they don't like you without your eyelashes in, so be it. If they don't like you when your hair, sometimes you're gonna see me with my hair combed, sometimes you're gonna see me with my hair not combed. But I'm not on here to please nobody. You shouldn't be on here to please nobody. Some people working for the Lord, some people working for evil forces. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter, because you're gonna have to be able to use your discernment to tell if they good or bad, if they evil, if they good, if they just, if they got the fruits of the spirit, if you should be around them, if you shouldn't be around them, if you should be amongst them, if you shouldn't. And how you gonna find out that through the word? How you gonna find out through the parables? How you gonna find out through the teaching? So but I'm here to correct you and tell you what's going on. In that pack that you got. It got all kind of lashes. It got all kind of clusters. I'm not saying no design. I'm not knocking nobody. These people that sell you this stuff, sell you these dreams, sell you this clout, sell you this fame, sell you this momentary stuff, to sell you this earthly stuff that's not beneficial. It's up to you if you spend your money on it. It's up to you if you indulge in it. It's up to you if you go behind somebody and follow somebody and buy it. And a lot of us did go buy it, not knowing what's in the box. So you the one that bought it, and now you got charming living in your house. Now you got charming in your life, living in your house. And the Lord said, do not, do none of that. That's bribery. That's luring somebody. That's masking and veiling it. The Lord said, we ain't gonna have on none of this jewelry, nose ring. We ain't gonna have no earrings. We ain't to mark ourselves up with no tattoos, because this is His body. That's the stuff that He want. He will request stuff that He will, what He gonna have and what He ain't gonna have is stuff that He tolerate, and some stuff He ain't gonna tolerate. And foolish is one of them He don't tolerate. Pride is something He don't tolerate. Ego, being stubborn, being at your own belly, and not considerate of others, not sharing, not being appreciative, not saying thank you, not giving reverence, not giving honor to where it's due. Everybody's supposed to give honor to the Lord. This is for TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube entertainment purposes. But this is Germany's lifestyle. This is how I live my life. I'm not changing for nobody. It's only going forward for here, and I'm just here to testify the Lord's glory and His parables and teachings in my life, and to testify and let everybody know. Because that's the signs and the wonders how you're gonna get if you're looking for the Lord to be majestic in your life. Then you need to pay attention, because the Lord said if they still looking for a sign and a wonder, they ain't gonna get one, because they do not believe. If you believe, you will be seeing miracles. If you believe in the Lord and you seek the Lord, you have faith in the Lord, you trust in the God, and God, you'll see God. That's always going on. That's always going on. But if you're around filth, if you're around corruption, if you're around perversion, if you're around those who hurt others, if you're around those who stealing, and I ain't talking about the folks that got a little hustle, because the Lord will nudge on them, and he'll tap on them when it's tired, when they got too far in, when they getting too far straight. You know what I'm saying? But you just think about the things that we got to put off. That's earthly things. The things that's earthly that's not gonna get you in heaven. The things that's earthly that's not beneficial. So don't be out here praising nobody, looking to the left or the right to nobody. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. If your faith feel weak in the Lord, when you are weak, the Lord will be your strength. Pray to the Lord. Forgive folks. Before this sun go down, you need to say, Lord, I ask you for forgiveness. Lord, I went about my day the wrong way. I did some things that was unpleasing in your sight. Lord, I got an attitude today. Lord, my attitude caused me to sin. Lord, I woke up and I didn't give you grace and say your praise. And some of us will get up and we'll look to our neighbor, to the left or right, or we'll look at our phone, or we'll tell our boyfriend, our spouse, our husband, hey, how you doing? And before you even acknowledge God and give him grace and tell Jesus, thank you. All of us that got the helper from the Lord, the intercessor, that's help from the Lord. That's not for you to be selfish. That's for you to go out there and help others. If the Lord didn't give you the gifts of love and encouragement, discernment, and all that for you not to be able to help somebody. So if you can see people coming to somebody, you better be stopping. If you can see that person ain't that person friend around them and it ain't good, or they going down the path of discretion, then you better be snatching them up. Now, only thing you can do is tell them, hey, don't do that. If they continue on to go in it, that's gonna be on them. That's gonna be on them. But when they want to argue with you, demolish the argument, walk away, walk away, walk away. Go on about your business, you know what I'm saying? If they don't put their hands on you, you ain't got no reason to be fighting. We ain't finna go no back and forth. We're not finna bring no problems into a new year. We're not gonna take our problems to the job. We're not gonna go around taking our wrath out on people. We're gonna put away wrath is strife, wrath is, gnashing your teeth, talking down on people, all the anger, all the bitterness, Lord, I won't be bitter. Lord, I won't be bitter. And you got to take that bitterness out, because bitterness ain't nothing but rage and anger and all that stuff stored up in you. It comes from trauma, holding on to unforgiveness, holding on to that heartbreak, holding on to when people talked about you back in the day and humiliate you. That's holding on to grudges, that's unforgiveness. Instead of you forgiving them and letting the Lord deal with it, you still holding on to. Well, I remember back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000 when they hurt my feelings. I'm just gonna hold on to it because I don't like him, I don't like her. But the whole time while that person probably already went and confessed to the Lord, got forgiveness from the Lord, you still sitting around pouting, hooting and hollering, and life going on for that person. You still sticking around looking miserable, still sad, still bad company to people. Because as long as you got an attitude, you bad company to people. As long as you out here gossiping, you bad company to people. As long as you only think about your own belly and what you eat and what you drive and where you live, but you don't think about nobody else. And if you got it, then you wouldn't be setting them. Then you know what I'm saying. You ain't gonna be treated. You ain't gonna be trusted with much. You're gonna be given. You know what I'm saying. By how you sow is how you gonna reap. So if you sow for the flesh, you only think about materialistic things. You only gonna get materialistic things. But if you sow in the spirit, live by the spirit, feed the spirit with the word of God, you should harvest. You should reap. You reap a harvest. You should get the reward. Reap the rewards from the Lord. You should you will get an increase from the Lord, increase in your health, increase in your gifts, increase in your in financial different ways that the Lord bless you. And then if you be obedient while the Lord is taking you through trials and tribulations and suffering, then when you persevere and endure and embrace it, of course the Lord gonna reward you. But if you give up and commit suicide while you're going through the trials and the tribulation and the testing, you ain't gonna be around to get the reward. The Lord work is not gonna go in vain. What he started in me, he should finish it. You need to tell yourself that you ain't going through that because of no reason. If anybody in a fight, then they're going through the fight for a reason, because we children of God, the kingdom belongs to us. We are kings and priests, like I said. So you need to get up, you need to dress like you, need to act like you need to be about it, you need to put the word to action, and anything else, you're wasting your time. It's not beneficial. It's not beneficial for us to be doing the things that we used to do. It's time to put on your new self, put off the old self, get up, Be productive. Go about your day. The Lord give you 12 hours in a day. And them 12 hours, I don't care if you're praying. I don't care if you're repenting. I don't care if you're going out to help somebody to put their groceries in the car to get their groceries out the car in the neighborhood. I don't care if you're cutting grass. I don't care if you're raking a yard. I don't care if you're out here filling applications. If you're on here doing content, whatever you're doing, reading your Bible, learn, sit down in the Lord classroom, repenting all day, whatever, checking on your neighbor, however you got to do to keep your good habits, to persevere. If you're going through something, whatever is in your perimeter, whatever's in your perimeter, whatever you able to grasp and keeps and change, then those are the things you change. You can't, if y'all people online, I can tell you what's going on, but I can't make you change. It's gonna have to be up to you to change. It's gonna have to be up to all y'all to change. It's gonna have to be up to you to start using your mind to work for your heart, and your heart to work for your mind, and all that to work for your body. I was telling my son this morning, if you don't take care of the body, then the body won't take care of you. So if you sit around and you being 50 and guess what? Ain't nothing but rust gonna cake up on your body. It's gonna be a point in time when that rust, you ain't gonna be able to get that rust off you. It's gonna be permanent. That odor is gonna be permanent. If you don't take care of them teeth, they're gonna be cavity, they're gonna be rotten out. When you get your adult teeth, they ain't coming back, they ain't gonna grow back. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of taking care of the body. That's having discipline. That's how, keeping your good habits. They taught you your manners. They taught you your responsibilities. They told you when you get up to make your bed. They taught you how to fold your clothes, how to separate your clothes. They told you how to clean out your tub, how to wash dishes, how to mop your floor, clean up. All that stuff is keeping your house clean. All that is keeping your good habits. Now imagine if the Lord knock on your door right now and say, I want to come in. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. And you never know who he might send. He might send a stranger to come knock on your door. You know what I'm saying? And what if they come knock on your door, but it could be him. And inside that person, the willing and that person, and they come knock on your door, and the Spirit of God is with them. The Spirit of truth is with them. The helper is with them. God is in a prison, and they come to your house, and you got mice, you got roaches, your children running around, they disrespectful. You got company in and out. You know what? Guess what? Them people ain't gonna stay at your house, because when they come in your house, they're gonna say, "It's peace here." It's peace here. It's peace in the kitchen. It's peace in the living room. It's peace in the dining room. It's peace in the bathroom. Peace gonna have to be everywhere. If not, if you got all that confusion in your house, the Lord ain't staying. You got all that, you're double-minded. You're swift. You're doing evil. It's the chances that consequences gonna come back to you. You walking down the path of destruction. Ain't nobody gonna be around you. Everybody gonna be getting away from you. If you're hiding what you do in the darkness and say, who knows? It's going to be revealed. So if you're lying, it's going to be revealed. If you've been out here getting over on people, all that stuff going to be revealed. But you know what? For the reveal what you hid in the darkness, you better go on and tell it to the light. You better go on here to confess it to the Lord. You better go on here to repent for it, and you better put away that evil and don't go back to it. But as long as you're comfortable doing evil, this is not the time for that. This is not the time. I'm telling you, the Lord is coming to wake up, been busy his people. He waking up more peace in the angels out. I'm saying the warring angels. I told y'all the way that message got in that bathroom, I was sound asleep, slept good, something. I got up the next morning and the Lord's Spirit just keep telling me, go to the bathroom. And I don't even know why I keep going to the bathroom, but the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of truth, they didn't let me leave that bathroom, so I got that message. That message is over in the notebook. It was so little, I got a piece of tape and taped it and the tape it rolled up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's personal. That, you know what I'm saying? That's my personal relationship with the Lord. How the Lord seen his angels, what they come look like. I only seen the light come one time, and it was like it just came down my body. And when the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost came and put itself in me and put itself on me, I just seen the light come down from the Lord. It was just like a little light, a little tiny little light, and it just came in my body. When it came in my body, I was telling the person that I was actually around a dark place in a dungeon. I was around somebody that was an enemy of the Lord, enemy of me, wanted to kill me, and not by their hands, not by their power, not by their strength, but the evil that was working within them. The evil that they had to open themselves up to, the evil that they had got fame and clout from, the evil that could have been, their family shook and made a deal with and got fame and clout or got the way that they live and however, whatever. But when the Spirit of the Lord came up on me, this was 3 years ago. I already had the helper from the Lord, but when I got baptized and made over again, I guess that was the only way that the Lord could go ahead and give me His promises. Because if the Lord didn't come and do it, I was ignoring the helper. I wouldn't listen to the Spirit of truth. I had to win astray, and the Spirit of truth keep you in alignment. It keep you from going astray. It taps on you and nudge on you. But if you just so happen not to listen to that, and you ain't around or a place that you can hear from it and you grieving it. So the Lord interfered and stepped in and plucked me out of there, took me out of them chains, opening up. And like I said, a lot of stuff that I was going through, I didn't know nothing about that fight. I just went calling myself out there, being reckless, being careless, being selfish, thinking that because nobody else in the world can tell me what to do, I think that I can do what I want to do, because that's was how loud as I was, I came up making my own decisions, not by myself, but with the Lord, but with people. People didn't make no decisions for me. I didn't follow behind people. People be the last person that I go to. Now I had a lot of higher teachers in my life, and the higher teachers are some of them that, what I'm saying, walking out here wrecking heaven, because you're going to learn from the bad, you're going to learn from the good, you're going to learn from evil, you're going to learn what not to do, what to do, you're going to learn what pleases the Lord, what don't pleases the Lord, you're going to learn what is bearing your cross, and you're going to learn what to put off, and what hinders you from carrying your cross every day. Picking up your cross every day is getting up, praising the Lord, praising the Lord, giving Him gratitude for this day, going through the day, not complaining. You is not the Lord. Don't do no complaining. It ain't gonna be no pity. You're gonna do what you gotta do. You're gonna stand in it. You're gonna stand for something, and you're gonna get pushed over. And this is for Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok entertainment purposes. But like I said, Germany's Thomas live this lifestyle. I'm not folding. I'm not changing. I'm not selling. I'm not changing nothing at what I got going on, because it's so beautiful here in this place. It's so worthy to be in His presence. It's an honor to be in His presence. I ain't gonna sell out and change that. I'm not gonna deny for nobody. That's been my only friend before people start coming around and seeing it His way and being my friend, associating with me, talking to me. He been here all along. But when the Lord came down, when His Spirit, when it came down and shown Himself to me and revealed itself to me, all I seen was light, and it came on my body. And I was telling the person that I was around, I said, let's go take a honeycomb bath. I was telling my enemy, come on, that's how merciful that the Lord is. That's how forgiving He is. That's how He blot out, your iniquity, and He don't judge you by your past transgressions. Because just the fact that He don't want us to perish, and He want everything that's His. He try to save everything that He can. I don't care if you just got a muscle left. The Lord's still trying to change you and take you with Him. He's still trying to give you the promises that He got. I don't know how much you're going to enjoy it if you ain't able to enjoy it, but He still got it for you. He ain't changing. His word ain't changing. His promises ain't changing. We be the ones changing. So anybody that don't get what the Lord got for them, just know it came from sin. Ain't nobody gonna do evil and so mischievous and treachery and devious and conniving, get rich quick schemes. None of them, ain't nobody gonna be able to be mad about the other folks that listen to the word and been obedient and kept His commandment and been pleasant in His sight. When He come to reward, ain't nobody gonna be able to say that ain't fair, because it's a just God. He's a just God. He gave everybody the chance to get it right. He gave everybody the chance to labor for Him. He gave everybody the chance to put off their sin, to accept Him, to come forward with Him. And I told y'all back in the day, about 2 years ago, when I had my hair all cut off, I told y'all what the Lord said. I made like this little couple of minute videos on here go my 30 minutes. Here go my 30 minutes. So I just came on here to tell y'all, hey, and have a productive day and share. But ladies, get rid of that stuff. Go through them lashes. Go through them lashes. And if you got some lashes in your house and you got a pack and it's clusters, go in there. The ones that say charming, you better get out. And one pack it say natural, it say daily, it say charming. And then you better get it out. 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 See, some of this stuff that they're selling us is vices from Satan. Some of this is straight vices from the devil. It's straight vices from the devil. And the Lord is not coming to your house as long as you got that stuff in your house. As long as you got the stuff that He say don't have. So we all just learning this stuff. Some people didn't know this stuff. And if you already knew that stuff, it's not going to be no excuses. But me personally, like I told you, that when that spirit came on me, I still didn't know what witchcraft was. I still didn't know what Hicks it was, Vicks was. I ain't been to no, them. When like I ain't ain't had to go and do none of that stuff. Because if you stay in the Lord care and stay in His hand, and He be your shadow, the shadow over your right hand, then under your on your right hand, He the shade at your right hand, He the lamp at your feet. If He your teacher, if He your mother, then He your father. If He your friend, you know what I'm saying. If you get you ain't got time for all that, and He ain't even gonna let you get distracted too much. He ain't gonna let you be tempted what you can't stand up under. He ain't gonna let you be tempted what you can't get through. He ain't gonna let you go through something. He ain't gonna be there. He gonna give you a path and a way out for you to stand up under it if you call on Him. But if you don't call on Him, you ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about it, sweetheart. You ain't gotta worry about it. So I just want to tell y'all, let's get it together. Be decent. I don't care who you think you're around. You might think that person a bum. You might think they're a scrub. You might think they're a sinner. You may think that the Lord ain't using them. You might think little of them, but at least that you seeing, they might be great. They might be doing great in His sight. So when somebody come to you and ask you for the help, or you see them and they might need help, guess what? You might be doing something for the Lord, because the Lord could test in your heart to see if you're gonna help that person, if you're gonna talk about them. Is when He give you something, that you're gonna hold it off for yourself, is you're gonna go out there and share it with somebody. When He give you something, that you're gonna give Him thanks and gratitude, and that you're gonna be appreciative of what He give you. It don't matter how long you gotta wait for it. Look at it, it's gonna be worth it. Last come first, and the first gonna be last. So everybody that's just not being last, getting their stuff, ain't nobody out here should be mad, because everybody when it blown in the wind, got their fame, got their clout, was able to go spin a block and do everything they want to do, while everybody that's righteous just watching them get over, be in their wicked ways, get away with their evil. Now it's time for the righteous, the ones that was last, to be first and get what they supposed to be, what they supposed to have. I don't know, y'all. When it get to that point right there, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be able to say that ain't fair, that ain't, that ain't, he's showing favoritism. No, the Lord don't show favoritism. The Lord is a just God. He don't show favoritism. You put in the labor, you get the reward. You go out there and you sow good seeds. You go out there encouraging people. You go out there lifting up people. You go out there spreading the gospel. You go out there and you be pleasant in His sight. You go out there and you persevere through your day and embrace your day, and you don't be out here, oh, I got to go to this job. Oh, I don't want to help them. Then you mumbling under your voice. You being ungrateful, and that right there, He ain't gonna take that. He ain't gonna take that. You saying, oh, I'm better than them. You on a horse, and He ain't gonna take that either. He gonna boot you right off that horse. He gonna kick you right off that horse. And then, you know what I'm saying, and then He ain't gonna hurt the horse, because the Lord said he gonna let the cow sit down. He said the beasts and all them gonna be chilling with stuff. The beasts gonna be chilling with like birds and stuff like that. Everything gonna be good. I'm telling you, ain't gonna be no strife, and ain't gonna be no fighting. Everything gonna be made the way that the Lord said it was gonna be made. And that's how the new creation go. That's the new earth and the new heaven gonna come, because everything that ain't good, everything that's bad is gonna get uprooted, and it's gonna get plucked, and it's gonna go. And then everything that's good is going to be able to enjoy the life that the Lord got for them, and walk in the goals, the roads of gold, because everything you're going to have fruit. You're going to have everything that you need and what you don't need. Whatever the Lord say that He made good and the way it's supposed to be, His words, it ain't going to lose no power. He going to prevail. But this is for social media entertainment purposes. I just wanted to come tell y'all hello and hey, how y'all doing? It's sorry it be taking so long, but when I come on here, I gotta be professionalism. I gotta imitate the Lord's image. I gotta be, presentable, and have, look decent, and you know what I'm saying, show up to the best of my ability. So I'm not gonna show up some days that, I might have be going through some time, but if I can help it and I got the strength and health in my body, then I'm gonna get on here looking decent and looking like, I'm supposed to be looking, not like, what I'm saying. I ain't put no time in myself. I ain't put no effort in getting dressed. That you don't do when you get ready to go out there and go face social life and socialize with people, or go to your colleagues, go get a job, or go out to the grocery store. And you ain't got to dress a certain way. You ain't got to have a certain kind of clothes. You ain't got to have a certain kind of criteria. Because it was time when I had Jordans and Tims and Clarks and Sperry's, and they, you know what I'm saying. But guess what? In order for me to be where I am right now, the Lord took all that away from me because it was a distraction. When I'm going to get them ones, I'm going to get them Jordans, and then when I realized that I was spending a lot of time and going to get shoes, a lot of it was unnecessary money. It was stuff that I was thinking that you gotta have that you don't gotta have, stuff that's not beneficial. You can't wear all them shoes at one time, so don't go out there and buy shoes. And then over this time when I had to learn to be with and be without, the Lord showed me that what's beneficial, what's not beneficial. If you was to leave today, you can't take none of that stuff, which is gonna be right here. And then when you hold on to that stuff and being and having clutter, it's somebody out there that ain't got no shoes. It's somebody out there that ain't got no clothes. It's somebody out there that ain't got no socks. And here you is sitting around with 10 pair. Don't want nobody to wear them. Don't want nobody to scuff them up. Don't want nobody to, you know what I'm saying? And then there's somebody out there be grateful for a pair of them shoes, but you think in that moment of time when you paying $200 or $150, $130 for some shoes, you're gonna give it to somebody. But he had to show me. So he took all those things away from me, took friends away from me, took money away from me, took jobs away from me, took, homes and stuff where I was living in. He took the comfortability away because I was in places where I was uncomfortable, but I was comfortable because it was familiar. It was all I know. So he had to make me uncomfortable. He had to break me. He had to take some things away from me that wasn't serving his purpose. And if you ain't willing to be broken, then he ain't ready to be living in humility. He ain't ready to live humble. He ain't ready to be pleasant in his sight. And some people ain't, they might not make it because if you feel like you don't want to let go of this and let go of that, he ain't gonna be able to bring you, and he ain't gonna associate with you while you got that going on. So love one another because love outweighs a multitude of sin. Love can heal you. Love can heal you. And love, you know what I'm saying? You never know. When you live by love, you're going to meet somebody, and you never know. Love, man, I'm telling you, love goes a long way. Love goes a long way. It ain't beneficial to be evil. It ain't beneficial to be wicked. But it's beneficial to love one another. It's beneficial to care for others. It's beneficial to go out here and give. It's better to give than receive. And what you giving is what the Lord gave you. It ain't nothing out here. We can't get no shoes. We can't get no car, no houses, and nothing. These lashes don't amaze the Lord. This hair don't amaze the Lord. This appearance don't amaze the Lord. Your heart posture. When you got a good heart, when you keeping on holding on, when you living a modest and an honest life, and you ain't out here getting on people and you ain't hiding. Somebody come to you and say, "Hey, you got this," and you like, "Nah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it." You being dishonest, you only think about yourself. What if they need? Ain't nobody gonna turn their lips to ask you something if they don't need you. But sometimes you don't got it. And if you don't got it, then it ain't no wrong in saying yes and no. Stop swearing. Stop using the Lord names in vain. There ain't no, and better not be no DG. It better not be no. It better not be no damn before or after his name. You better not go and tell nobody on my mama, on my daddy, on me, or none of that, because only person can keep a promise is the Lord. As long as you living out the flesh and you ain't aligned in the spirit, you can't keep no promise. You can't keep no promise. If you living out your flesh, you're a liar. If you living out your flesh, you're a liar. You gotta have control over yourself to be able to tell somebody you're gonna keep your word. And only person can keep a word is the Lord to keep a word. Cause something might come up. I might say, "Hey, home girl, I got you," and then something come up to where it, you know what I'm saying? I spoke before. "Oh, well, I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow might never come. I get paid Thursday. Thursday might never come." What you did told them a promise, and what they did failed themselves because they said, "Now here waiting on you." You get every time. If you confide in just me, you're gonna fail every time. So if you wait for somebody to do you, the Lord gonna make sure it purposely fail. Because why? You relying on them and putting them before the Lord, and the Lord will bring you to a point to where you have to surrender to Him, because everything gonna blow in the wind and everything gonna go, and then you're gonna see who your real friend is. You're gonna see who for you, and it ain't that you ain't got no real friends, because sometimes you gotta let stuff go so it can come back to you for to be able to catch up. But you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what I'm saying, you will get there if you stick around and you listen and you pay attention. Yeah, so I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all, keep going, keep going. This another day. We done made it through this day. Go put off that sin, go repent, because if you don't say sorry for what you did wrong today, guess what? You're going to have the devil around dancing in your house. You're going to have him chilling. You're going to have him chilling, and guess what? He already got a snare laid down for you, and you're going to keep on playing around in that sin, and then he's going to have chains on you. Then you're going to be in bondage with sin, and you're going to be in yoked. You're gonna be yoked in a bondage of sin. It's gonna be all around you. You know what yoke is? Can anybody get the yoke up out the yellow part about the egg and without making a mess with the clear stuff on it? No, you're not. And it's gonna be without what it's like to get up out that sin. That's what it's gonna be. Instead of you living easy and light, you're gonna be out here turmoil and hard labor. If you go out there sacrifice for folks for fame and clout, you done went out there and now you just sacrifice love so you don't get love. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't know that you got a choice in life and death, then now you know. You get to choose whether you wanna sin and go to hell, or you get to choose to walk the path of the Lord and walk righteous and be obedient and put off all things, put off all fleshly things, put off all earthly things. Hey, God's perfect love, God, have a blessed, productive night. Be watchful, love one another, pray over your children. Don't grieve your children. Don't grieve the spirit of truth. If somebody around you and they got the spirit of the Lord and you pressing with them and being mean to them and attacking them just because you evil rocking and you grieving the spirit man, and that's a commandment from the Lord that you don't do nothing to nothing. You don't touch his anointed, so anybody here that he anointed, you ain't to put your fingers on it. So the only chances is evil can fight evil. They can't do nothing to the Lord's people, nothing to his children. And if they get ready to put their hands on them, guess what? The Lord coming and stepping about them because he's fighting against the flesh and the blood. And then his children got the weapons to fight with the sword of the spirit, to fight anything that's unseen. So I'm telling you, and if you ain't protected and shielded and covered by God, you know, you're gonna be looking crazy. Because like I said, the Lord cursed those who curse him. So if you out here cursing the spirit of the Lord, then the Lord gonna be the one to give you severe illness. The Lord the one gonna give you a reprobate mind. The Lord the one gonna give you a stony heart, a severe illness that you gotta live out long suffering. When you out here careless and act like you don't care, when you above the law and you really breaking the law, then that's living lawless. You know what I'm saying? And it's consequences that come with it. And lawless can be having sex with anybody. Lawless can be out here taking stuff. Lawless can be out here doing anything when you breaking the law from the government. And if you breaking the law from the government, you breaking the law of the Lord. And I'm just telling you, because we in a new year, and I'm not gonna be going through the same thing I went through from the 90s all the way to the 2026. And it had been 3 decades for me. I can't speak to whoever on the other side of the screen, but to testify and tell you what's going on in my life and what happened. You think if I had to go through that again, I'd do it just to be where I am today. But if I can help it, going back through the same thing, the sins, and going back through the parables and teaching and not learning the first time how to pay your fine, and the Lord said you got to pay your revenue. If you don't pay no fines, then folks gonna have you. Them folks gonna have you somewhere and you're gonna be locked up and you ain't gotta worry about it. They're gonna have you till you pay every cent. So if you go out there and stealing and you on camera and they come indict you, you go in there and you steal so much stuff and it becomes a felony, guess what? You sitting down in there. And if they don't tighten up on you, they ain't doing their job. And the Lord, you know, he gonna be serious with them. You know, the government officials, they might get it wrong, they might have been corrupt, but guess what? They're gonna have to answer to him. The Lord is governing us all, and he put certain people in positions and put them in certain places for them to be, because he trusted them to do a specific job. But if they got it then they got to acting crazy, oh, he gonna bring them down and they're gonna be looking crazy. If anybody went out here and been false teachers and they diverted somebody and told somebody to go do wrong, you know, being at their own belly set somebody up for a trap, they're gonna have to deal with it too. I'm telling you, the Lord don't play, and he dealing with them like that because he's still looking out for the just, the unjust, the bad, and the good. So if a bad person told somebody innocent to go do something, he gonna get them bad too. But you know, if you go out there, if you tell the children that's out there praying to stop praying, so really trying to bind them up to take the word of the Lord out their heart and try to take their soul alive. If they want to believe, they can believe. Let them believe. If they want to pray, the Lord said, don't stop them from praying. Don't go out there messing with the widows, them the ancestors, and they spouse probably they're going on their wife or their husband. The little children, you are to shelter them, you are to shield them, you are to cover them, you are to, you know, teach them in the way that they should go. I'm telling you, and I learned this over 33 years. So you know what I'm saying. It depends on how fast your learning skills is and how fast you learn right from wrong, because the Lord gonna teach you right from wrong. But if you doing wrong and you go away from his class and his parables and his teaching, then you ain't gonna be around for you to get his help. And if you If you get distracted when your friends call you, like right now, we chilling. Somebody phone probably ringing, somebody probably knocking at the door, somebody probably, rubbing on you, tell you, come on, let's lay down and whatever. That's a distraction because in church you might want to nod out, go to sleep. I've been noticing sometimes I get to talking to people, the heathen, and some of them that got evil walking with them. They be like, when I get to giving out the word, they be like they bored and they want to yawn. That's on you. You get caught slipping if you want to, and your soul ain't saved. You get caught out here tripping out and having sex out here, partying in the club, and the Lord come and you ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about it, sweetheart. I'm just telling you. And don't be mad at nobody else. Don't be mad at nobody else, because when you ain't 16 and younger, you know what I'm saying? Well, like it ain't no excuse, because the Lord tell us, hold on, y'all. The Lord tell us, He say, I had to fall down and I can't let y'all see. Let me come a little closer so y'all can see me. Hold on, y'all. Let me get a little closer on here so y'all can see me. He ain't gonna play them kind of games. He ain't gonna play them kind of games. I don't be trying to be long like I be long, but y'all gotta get it, because I have stuff that I would love to do with my life. I got stuff that I would love to do with my freedom and going out there enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? Going out there and being spontaneous and being productive and going on and telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? You need to go ahead and know what's going on. Don't be sitting around waiting. If nobody ain't tell you, then they might didn't know. And if they didn't tell you and they did know, they was gatekeeping. And if they did, if they knew and they didn't tell you, how much do they care about you? Because they'd rather them have it, but they don't want you to have it. And we ain't finna deal with them kind of people either. Because if you want yourself to have it, then you want others to have it, and that's just all what's going on. But have a blessed and productive night. Be watchful. This is a new leaf. This is a new leaf. This is a new leaf. The leaves that fell off the tree. Now you're about to get new leaves. Now you're about to get new leaves. And when you know what I'm saying, it's about to be seasons change. The Lord is doing a new thing. Every day it's gonna have its own troubles in it, but you're gonna have to persevere and wait and wait till the Lord to give you the answers in the troubles. Wait and see where He tell you to go about the troubles. Wait till He give you an answer for the trouble. Don't go to the left or go to the right and do something that you'll be able to regret, because you're gonna have to be submissive to it. So don't move out of season. Be aligned. Be encouraged. Be bold. Be courageous. The Lord don't give us a spirit of fear. So what you scared of? The Lord don't give us a spirit of fear. The Lord make us bold and courageous. We wonderfully made by His hands. We created in His image. So what's about us ugly? What's about us insecure? What is about us that we don't supposed to like? The Lord made us the way He made us, and I don't care what shape, size, form you is. Whatever you going through is to be a testimony of the Lord, and so somebody else can get through. Because for me to be a sinner, it's another sinner out there. When I came for me to come from sinning, it's somebody out there that still is a sinner. For me to go out there and tell them how to stop sinning, for me to go through heartbreak, is somebody out there that went through heartbreak. For me to tell them how to get through their heartbreak, is somebody out there that went through abandonment. It's somebody out there that went through a situation with a predator. It's somebody out there that need to be wise as evil. You know what I'm saying? Come on, we all supposed to be able to help each other. You don't go through that stuff. You don't sit in the classroom, and the Lord want to save people. So He got those that was obedient, and they didn't sit in that classroom for just themselves. They didn't sit in the classroom. The Lord could have told them, hey, look, just because you showed up, you already passed. You ain't got to do nothing else. You ascended. They could have been gone already. You know what I'm saying? But they not only they get rewarded every time they look up, but the rewards don't stop then, because hey, the Lord paying them. It ain't nothing in this world and nothing in this earth that can pay off. Working for the Lord, going through and being shaken up and tossed to and forth from the devil, being sent with the reaper, being sent at you with the fiery darts and all that stuff, whatever that they're sending you with, because they got to send some evil forces, and some of that stuff it ain't got no host. Some of that stuff will drive you crazy, and you don't even see it, and be with you everywhere you go, and all you do is feel and watch. And the only way you're gonna feel watched is if you got the presence of the Lord, or the help from the Lord. Because if you in the dark, you ain't gonna know what's watching you. You ain't gonna know what's stalking you in the darkness. You ain't gonna know what's after you. It can be sitting on the roof, sitting in your bed, coming through the walls, and you ain't gonna know what's going on. That God's perfect love. Y'all have a blessed and productive night. Be watchful, love one another. Pray over your house. Pray over your children. Pray over your food. Pray over your health. Pray over your mind. Pray through them struggles. Pray through all supplication. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I just had to come show out for y'all and let y'all know what's really, really going on. Love one another. Love yourself. Give gratitude to the Lord. I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't be intent on staying on here that long because it be running folks away. And I might just have to get on here and just do 10 minutes to start making me videos and post them. And then, so I don't be on here too long because I know it's a lot of stuff to get out at one time. But I just can't keep, holding on to it. I gotta tell you, I stayed up to about 4 o'clock this morning. I was up right back up at 7. Could have been on here from 7 to 9. But certain music we can't praise and worship online and listen to other folks' music and play their stuff and they ain't getting paid for and all that kind of stuff. Stuff ain't copyrighted, so you need to be praying and worshiping at home. Put on you some gospel, tune in, because sometimes that gospel can heal you. Sometimes that word from the Lord can heal you. Sometimes meditation and that, just call out on the Lord and go to it in your closet. Go in your closet, go in the bathroom, go sit in your car, go somewhere where you can be alone to hear God's voice. Go somewhere where you can talk to God. Go somewhere where you can cry out to God. Go somewhere where you can let everything out. I got a notebook. If I can't tell y'all what's going on in my life and I can't trust you and confide in you to keep it a secret and everybody it's gonna be stored everywhere and told everywhere, then I just go write it down in my notebook. Then I'm confessing it. I'm getting it out of me. It ain't gonna be cluttered up in me. This how my day was. It was bad. Me and such got into it. However, whatever going on, that's your business. That's your business. That's your business. That's your business. But let me tell you, the company you are, the company that you keep. So if you're around people that's doing bad, you just as bad as them. And if you ain't just as bad, you going down with them. It's looking bad because you got bad company. You ain't gonna be able to keep your good habits. You ain't gonna stay a good person long as you hanging around with somebody bad. You can hang that up. You can hang that up. You ain't gonna stay around nobody long as they got bad habits. When they out here stealing, you probably get caught stealing with them or gonna be tempted to steal. And if you ain't tempted to steal, when you get in the car with them and they got some stolen merchandise in them and they caught you going to jail with them, and ain't gonna be no I ain't know when you up here, don't justify no wrong for right. Don't just righteous people are snitches. They got to be snitches because if the police come to them and ask them something, they're going to have to tell the truth. So don't put them in a predicament. So if you feel like they ain't going to be your friend if they got to tell the truth, then you supposed to tell the truth. So anybody that's supposed to tell the truth, they can't lie for you. So don't come around nobody. If you being dishonest and don't come around me because I ain't going to be able to justify your wrong for right. You did wrong, you're going to have to be submissive to it in every way that it come. If it's a hollow shooting at you, if it's a missile shooting at you, if it's the law after you, if you finna get tased, whipped, beat, however. But no, that real people, they own up to their stuff and they go ahead and take their ill and they deal with it. If I was to be caught with a pound or an ounce, guess what? I'm going to have to say that was my pound or my ounce. If I get caught out here with some merchandise that I'd have took, then guess what? I'm gonna have to say that I had that merchandise. But I'm saying it, because it'll be a point if you don't get rid of that stuff and you don't stop when the Lord giving you the grace for you not to go to jail and you continue on doing it. Oh yeah, you getting greedy with it, you getting lawless with it, you getting careless with it. You ain't worried about the repercussions and all that when you out there doing, thinking that you can just do it and it don't matter because you got away with the first time, the second, the 30th time. However, it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to, and then you can go change your life today, but you never know how much dip and reaping and sowing what you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go out there right now and say, Lord, I want to change. But after you done went out there, like I said, if you don't take care of the body ain't go take care of you. So if you go out there and change right now, but you already, got stuff going on with your body and some stuff, it can't be fixed. So what you gonna be doing? Saving your soul, but your body still gonna, you still gonna have to deal with some stuff that you have to deal with. So put that stuff away because you ain't hurt nobody but yourself. You can only hurt the Lord for so long, but when he wipe his hands with you and dust off his feet, you ain't hurting him, you hurting yourself. When the Lord say he done, when you get to the point where he want to forgive you and he don't want to forgive you, it's a wrap. Because he forgive who he want to and he condemn who he want to. So when you decide you want to ask for forgiveness when you want to, it don't work like that. You decide if you want to put off sin when you want to, it don't work like that. You decide when you want to give somebody forgiveness and when you don't, when you want to help somebody when you don't, it don't work like that. Consider everybody as you would yourself. If you want yourself to have, you want others to have. Pray for your enemies. You don't love evil. You don't love evil. You don't have no cares for for the world. You don't care about nothing in this world. You care about going to be with the Lord. And I ain't saying people, but I'm just saying the materialistic things you don't care for. You don't have to have it. It's just as fake. Think about it. The things that you're supposed to have. Well, notice the thing. Take this note. Take worldwide PSA public service announcement. If whatever won't make it through the fire, whatever won't make it through tough times, whatever won't make it through trials and tribulations, whatever is not pleasant to the Lord, them the things that you need to put out. So if right now, if you was to go through hell with the Lord, is any of that stuff real enough to stay? Is it real enough to walk through the fire with you? When you walk through the fire, is it gonna be made when you go through the refinery? Is it gonna be made gold? Is it gonna be made gold when it come out? Is it gonna be unshaken and unmoved in faith? Is it gonna perish away? Is it gonna turn into you know what I'm saying, ash? That goes for that little jewelry, that stuff that you're putting around your neck and all this. See, a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but all that stuff that you're spending that money in is supposed to be going to use to everybody helping each other, building with each other, being carpenter, helping each other, neighbors, being a ride, being gas money for somebody else. You know, I'm supposed to be going out here and just thinking about yourself. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. I love those who love me. The Lord said, if you ain't against him, then you for him. If you out here fighting against each other, you're not for the Lord, because the Lord is not going to go down here and tear down nobody, belittle nobody, hurt nobody, think to do evil with nobody, have no bloods on his hands, or have no swift feet, and he's not going to be caught around nobody out here doing that crazy stuff.